And welcome back.
Welcome back.
Going back, he was just talking about the high priest, pagan high priest. And one of the things that interests me, I noticed on your Facebook, it says that you attended the grade school of wizardry. And between your pagan history and this, I had to ask, first thing that thought in my mind was Harry Potter.
Yes. You went to Hogwarts. Oh my God.
And it's just up the road.
Road of peace.
Now, the Great School of Wizardry is an online school.
Okay.
And it was created by a man named Oberon Bill Ravenheart. And he's created a book, well, 2 books that are a collection. And it's called the Grimoire. And the word grimoire means
I'm familiar with
book.
the terminology with TV shows.
Yes.
Spell book?
Yeah. Well,
Or the
actually,
that's what the TV shows.
Let me. Is it something that's passed down?
Sometimes.
Okay.
The thing about a grimoire is it's basically your journal.
Your journal.
Let's see.
It's whatever you've experienced and the techniques. So it's kind of like scientists keep notes on their lab experiments.
Well, then that would make sense
That's
as
what
to
a
what the
grimoire
witches on the TV say.
And that's totally what I'm going by. It's just what I've heard.
Yeah, of course. Again, we go back to TV, the great
well, it's
educator.
It's got to be entertaining to be able to put it on TV. So you got to add a little to it.
Right. So it's usually spell books or whatever, like you say, like a diary.
Yeah, that's as far as my knowledge goes.
Book of Shadows would be more of a spell book.
Okay.
Book of Shadows is like a grimoire, basically almost interchangeable.
And did you say that's what they show on the Great School of Wizardry?
Well, on the Great School of Wizardry, at the Great School of Wizardry, they use the grimoire, and they're a collection of stories that have been collected by Oberon Ravenheart and the Grey Council, which is a mixture of some of the greatest wizards of the world. Not necessarily pagan.
So the grimoire in this context is a book of stories.
Book of practices.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like it's broken down into 16 departments, from lore all the way to defense against the dark arts, and I'll talk about dark arts in just a minute because a lot of people confuse that. Yeah, dark arts.
The devil? What?
Yeah, oh God.
Dark art. Well, that's the class of Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Against the dark art.
Yeah.
Slytherin.
Now, I'll go ahead and talk about that. Actually, it's okay. The dark arts is basically low magic. So you have high magic, which is ritual.
Okay.
And then you have low magic, which is the spell work. And it's called the dark arts because it's related to the color black. The black is related to it because black, well, if you wear black outside during the summer, you soak up all of the heat.
Right.
Okay.
That's because the color black is a void and it sucks in energy.
Right.
Okay.
That's why it's called dark arts, because you're pulling in energy to be released into the world. So that's why it's actually called the dark arts.
Okay.
The Book of Shadows is called the Book of Shadows because during the burning times, things had to be kept.
With the Salem witch trials and
Yes, when witches
or
were hunted.
Inquisition when they were
Yes.
during both times.
Yes.
Right.
All through burning times covers from medieval times. Anytime a witch hunt happened,
Okay.
it was illegal to be a witch or a wizard.
Okay.
Anything related to the occult.
Right.
But the Book of Shadows is called that because it was a book that had to be kept in the shadows. No one could know about it. The broom came into practice because it used to be called a besom, but because you could use a broom like a wand or like a staff, and no one would know. They would think that you were cleaning up your house.
Gotcha.
So a lot of terminology comes from it having to be hid.
Okay. Learn something new. That's what the front yard talk is about. You learn something new. And part of our philosophy is you don't know until you ask.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So,
that's why I love questions, because you never know what someone's thinking until they ask. And I don't like when someone gets defensive about questions.
Hey.
It's like our temple is a public temple.
If you ask, you might find out.
So everyone is welcome. It's not. I understand that some people do have private rituals, and I understand why they have, because you never know who's coming to the ritual or how they feel. But we feel that it's best if you leave everything out in the open. All the questions are right there. You can ask in the middle of the ritual. But when you keep a secret, people think there's a reason why you keep a secret.
Right.
The reason why in practices that secrets are kept is because there's power in secrets. But I feel like sometimes you just got to open up and show that we're not hiding anything.
It's funny you said that. The Christian religion really changed when the printing press came about in the world.
Yeah.
Just like when the internet started up. It's the dissemination of information, and it's not just the Catholic priests that were in charge of the information.
Absolutely.
Back when the priests were the ones writing it down by hand. So when they gave it to the masses, is like you said, the giving the information.
Yes, and that's something that we practice as pagans. We believe that everyone is their own priest or priestess. Everyone is a piece. There's a divine piece inside of everyone, and there is a male and female piece inside of everyone.
All right.
The priests are just there to answer questions.
Gotcha.
So if someone really wants to know something, they come to me, and I steer them in the right direction. It's not meant for there to be any control. Sometimes it happens. There are bad priests and priestesses. Just like there. That's just human nature.
The Catholic Church never went through that.
Never. No. Everyone's a saint.
Exactly.
So it happens everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is the last of the next segment. I swear. I promise. So we've got one more, and we'll be back for the last segment of today's show, number 2.